Clean and Mean here, showing you another Clean and Mean here, going on another adventure. Come along. Today, we're going to be showing you how to replace a motor mount on a 3rd gen Camaro, swapping in one of these nice little polyurethane inserts. Oh yeah!
Alright, so I was going to show you the quick overview of what we have to do.
Alright, come on in and take a closer look. As you can see, we removed the motor mount from over here. We still have it on the other side. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to and remove everything because there's nuts on the opposite side of these bolts on the inside, so let's show you what we did to get rid of those. What we did here is we removed all the suspension components, the control arm, all that. Took about an hour and a half to remove, maybe even less. And then if you creep on in here, up where the spring used to sit, you can see a couple bolts, and there's one down below where the control arm used to sit. And just got in there with my welder, and I tack welded pretty good all the little nuts down there, so if I ever have to remove these again, I don't have to take all this stuff off.
We're going to do a little bit of an unboxing here. So we are not sponsored by Energy Suspension, but they were so kind to send us some mounts, as you can see. First things first, we're going to try and do everything with common tools that we have around the house.
So, right now you're just going to need a drill and a this size drill bit.
We're also going to need a welder, so that might not be a common household thing, but you can also take it to your local welding shop or metal fabrication store. Just tell them what we got. Oh hey, so we got this all hooked up now. Got it into a vise just so it's a little awkward. So now we're going to start with drilling here. So right on here, as you can see, as long as Al is making sure it's focused, you have your two, what would you say that? It would be like a rivet or a weld, something like that. So you're going to want to drill these out. So there we go. Oh, make sure your drill's going the right way. Alright, side one. Alright, change of plans. If you guys have a stepper bit, I would highly recommend using one of them. So we're going to take this down just until you see how that ring just came off. As you can see, that top ring just came off. So you want to go until you get that piece off. I'll show you again. See how the ring came off? Just like that. Now, you should be able to just lift the bottom plate off. Alright, at that point, pop off your mount, plop in your new mount. Now this would be a good time to take your mount and put it in the glass beater, remove any type of rust or any contamination. As you can see, it starts to build up inside here a little bit. So we'll be right back with that. If you don't have access to a sandblast or anything, you can also use a just a wire disc on a pneumatic sander, or if you don't have a air compressor, you can just use just a good old-fashioned wire brush.
No, there's too much noise.
just like that. So that one's going in there. Once the mount's in, then you can paint the whole thing, but I'm not worried on that. Alright, next step. Yeah, if everyone would just read the instruction manual, you wouldn't actually have to watch this video. But if you're anything like us, heck with that. Let's watch some YouTube videos.
Alright, well, as you can see, you got a bump, and on the back side you got a little thing that looks like a couple piece of candy bar. You want to do the bump, and they go right in those little bumpies, just like so. And then you get your other plate here, and you slop that bad boy right like that.
Alright, so the next step is probably going to be, they say to zip tie the edges back on.
Yep, each kit includes some of these.
I think you put this on backwards.
Oh, you're drunk. Ah, nuts! Paint everywhere.
Just like that.
Sling these zippity ties in here. You don't go crazy wicked with them yet because you got to find where the other one went.
Oh, it's right here.
Ah, nuts.
Actually, gonna tell me Elvis Presley ain't real.
Elvis Presley ain't real.
What?
Oh, nothing. Alright, so once you got these guys kind of like that, you can grab onto each side.
Wrong. There you go.
Make sure everything's all nice and lined up. See how all those holes line up in there?
Jeez, calm down.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see me through there?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Alright. So now you're ready to drill your little spots for spot welding. And we'll put this guy back together.
Because we didn't read the instructions, we thought that you would have to drill a couple of extra holes and then weld in some spot welds. But according to the instructions, you just put the zip ties on the center parts here. As you can see, there's an indent, so it won't crush the zip tie. But when you mount this back up on your car, you just bolt it up, and since the bolting force just clamps it back together, that's all that you're going to do. So there actually is no welding involved, so we can just cut that out of the video. Alright, so now I'm just going to finalize some paint, just throw some black on it, and reinstall it in the car. So here we go. Alright, so we also found out some interesting things about the instructions. It makes for a perfectly good use for spraying the mount without getting paint all over someone's father's table. This is for you, Big Al.
This is for you, Justin.
Nothing gay. Nothing gay. Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. Since everyone likes to complain about the fact that someone has to hold the bolts or hold the nuts on the back side while you try and bolt this, from the front side, we welded the nuts on as we showed you earlier, so it just makes it a quick and easy process now. Now, since we didn't actually look at the orientation of the mount when we took it out, we just look at the paint line that we had on here, and as you can see, it matches up exactly like this. So anyone looking to do it themselves, just know that the cut and cross edge goes to the bottom no matter what. We're gonna put the bolt in there just to hold it. We're gonna throw some Loctite on these things and torque them down to the proper torque spec. We're not.
I hear a bunch of geese outside.
I'm snowing.
I don't know where he's going.
I can't believe it. It's snowing.
So, if you did your welding properly, when you go to torque it down with your your bolts and nuts will hold. If you didn't weld it properly, well, I guess you're starting over. Yeah, start here just by snugging them up. And then we'll make it a little bit more tight on this pass.
Give it about 3 goes.
I don't know where this god dang. Did I get it?
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not.
There we go.
Alright, torque to spec.
Torque to spec. Alright.
Alright, last step we're going to be just snapping off the zip ties. And that's exactly how you install a motor mount on a
That is some cool thing, huh?
83 Camaro.
It'll work for, I think, more or less any third gen. There's a whole bunch of the Chevy cars that they did this stupid design with, and everybody always cries and complains on all the forums about having to get wires and all. Thank you for joining us today on Clean and Mean. If you like this video, if you find it helpful, not helpful, anything, please like us, follow us, subscribe to us. We greatly appreciate your time.